Yeah. Brand new American Bombshell, like dropped like a little while ago, but brand new. Brand new. Now, got him here. And there was a little bit that you really didn't know which way they were going to go. I mean, 2019, they were just killing it. I mean, they released Tattooed and Bruised, and that was back in 2019. 2016 was No Regrets, and then it was like things were going on, and you never knew if you were going to get new music. And guess what? 2023 brings us brand new American Bombshell back, kicking it. That CD, Knives Out, is fantastic. I love it. You got to get it. So now get to meet the band because, dude, what's better than brand new CD and get to meet them, talk to them, hang out with them. So let's just bring them in. They're all in the bomb shelter. I interrupted their practice tonight. They're like, they need practice. Come on. But they were very, very willing to join me. So let's get them on because you really are here to see American Bombshell. What's up, guys?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Is anybody getting pineappled yet?
No.
I am always.
I am always.
I am always pineapple.
That's a given.
They were telling me about this thing with pineapples when we were before, and it's like, oh my god, you know. Well, if you want to let everybody know about pineapple, let them know.
Oh yeah, so like in the band, we were discussing about how pineapple has a lot of different meanings, but for us in the band, pineapple is like what we call a safe word, which basically means if you've had too much to drink or you're having way too much fun and it's getting a little out of hand and one of the guys in the band looks at you and says pineapple, that means you're done. You're cut off. Man. Or as Jason said, you go limp and get carried out.
Go limp and get carried out.
Man. And more times than not, it's been me, which is why I am constantly pineapple.
The two newbies don't have a pineapple yet. I'm waiting to.
That's why he wears all his chains so that he's easier to carry.
The newbies are supposed to get, the initiation process. They're supposed to get unless they can hang so well that they never get pineappled. I don't know.
They hide it very well. There's a problem.
That's it.
Well experienced.
So introduce yourselves so everybody knows who you are and what you do in the band. Productively, I guess.
Let's go around the horn.
Yeah, I'm Andy. I play guitar, sometimes being successful at it.
I stink most times.
I am Jason. I am drummer.
Yes.
He hits things hard.
Yep.
Hits it hard.
I'm DJ. I play bass.
Yeah, he's the quiet one. I could tell.
I'm JC, and I do what they call sing.
Sing, and you're the front man, obviously.
Yes, if you want to call it that.
Yes.
I like to make a spectacle. That's what I say.
There you go.
And we provide the soundtrack for such spectacle.
We provide the soundtrack.
And I'm Mick. I play guitar as well.
Hell yeah. So the boys are all here. What's up, guys? How's everything going lately? How's the new album doing?
Splendid.
With a
breath like that, I thought you were going to say something.
We're getting a lot of good reviews on it and getting a lot of orders. Everyone seems to dig it. We basically decided to go the route of doing EPs because our fans are of a certain age that likes that physical kind of CD, physical media. But we're also trying to get, some new fans into some of this new wave of classic rock, as I like to call it. And they're all into the digital stuff. So instead of putting out a bunch of singles all the time, we kind of split the difference and do EPs. So we're going to try to put out an EP maybe every 4 or 5 months. And we're already working on the next one. The songs are recorded. We just need to do a little tweaking to it and it'll be ready to go. So we're just going to keep out until you get sick of it.
Yeah, the backlog of material that we have on standby, we're about 20-25 songs.
Yeah, at least 3 or 4 of them are good.
Well,
yeah.
At least 3 or 4 of them are good.
And a lot of these have been from, I think, even before these two got in the band when we were like a 3-piece during like pre-pandemic. So some of them, they're just now getting out because we finally have a core lineup where we can get them to where they need to be and get them ready to put out. And a lot of them have improved too. So because of the additions that they've made. So it's awesome all the way.
Sometimes it's best when it sits there a minute because then another idea hits and it makes it just so much better. And sometimes you don't need to touch it. It's just perfect the way it is.
Well, you said, you were like wondering, since the last album, was AB we're going to make up for the lack of and the time, because we have
Pineapple.
We were pineapple.
Pineapple.
It was empty. We're good.
We were going to do like a full 10, 12 song album. And we just thought, you do a full album like that, and then you have this period of just promoting that album.
Right.
A year, 2 years. In this case, it could drag on. And while we were recording it, we were like, why don't we just break these up and just like Jason said, every 4 or 5 months, let's just put out like a 5-song EP.
Right.
So that's kind of the plan for 2023.
Keeps it exciting for us too.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it gives us, because we all love being in the studio and doing this stuff, and you don't get as much of that when you're just doing these big albums,
Right. You do it. And I've noticed that a lot of bands are starting to do that. Like bands I've noticed, they'll release like 3 songs over like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Then release the album, then release songs, after that. Then they've already got stuff in the works for next. So if they start releasing 3 new songs, it keeps you relevant. If anything, because in today's
attention
age,
spans are this big right now.
right? And it's horrible.
Exactly.
Everybody wants new now. I want it now. It's the generation of now. It's the time is now. I've got to have. Okay, that was a great song yesterday. What do you got for me today?
Yeah.
And as long as you're staying relevant and posting and on Facebook, a lot of you guys do it. You got to stay in people's minds all the time, just because. And you do it.
That's the goal for this year, is because of, like we said, the latency from the last album, the output since then. It's been like 5 years.
Right.
We're going for like a Chinese democracy type.
Well,
come on, man. If you do that, I'm not buying it because I didn't like it. But the time.
We just call it American democracy at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Spy balloon. But yeah, you guys, did it the right way. I dig it when bands are releasing EPs. Some people don't like it, but I feel, a lot more people are coming on board with it, I think, because it gets new music sooner. And then bam, you do 5 songs. You don't wait for 10 or 12, and the pandemic seemed to have a great effect where there's so much, bands are going, we got so much to put out. But
yeah, definitely.
We're holding it back a little bit because, some bands are like, we could put out a double album right now, but we're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Just because you can
doesn't mean
you should.
And that's the other thing. You get bands that put out full albums and it's 5 killer tracks and then 5 or 6 filler tracks.
Right.
Figure we just hit 5 bangers, and what's better than that? Some people are like, I don't like EPs. They're like, well, you should like it if it's 5 good songs.
Right. Right. And then that's what Knives Out is. It's 5 banger songs, kick ass. I was hoping for another Joyride, because that song is so, dude.
I have some for you. Stay tuned.
But wait,
I know.
But wait. Act now.
Yeah.
It will include Joyride too.
Is that American Bombshell's greatest hits? Turn it up. Monster Jams.
Right. Monster Jams.
Yeah, we can't. We will release no ballad before it's time.
Right.
So,
and then, it's got to be perfect.
So if we have, ideally, we'd like to see 4 EPs this year. I'm sure we're going to have another, I don't want to say another Joyride, but it's definitely going to have, the
predominantly
love
acoustic song.
Right.
Yeah.
And was that song based on something that happened to you guys? Was there a story behind it? Because it's That's a powerful song. Most people don't realize it until they hear it. They're like, "Holy shit!"
Well, I'll give you the rundown real quick. So when we were recording the album, the producers were like, "We need a ballad. We need like a power ballad for this album." Andy had something that he had brought in that we were trying to do. At the time, Steve was in the band. He had brought in something that we were trying to do. Nothing was really clicking with that. I went home and just grabbed my acoustic one night and just sat down and started playing. And I, sent these guys a rough audio track over my phone and was like, "What do you guys think about this?" And everybody was like, "Yeah, that's cool." We went to the studio the next night and I played it for the producers, and they were like, "That's awesome. Let's do it." As far as the story behind the song, I always like to let people make their own connection to that song, because the few people that I have told the story to, it's changed their dynamic with the song. Whereas like the people who have talked to me about how they feel about the song gives them a greater connection to it.
And I totally agree with that. So
I could tell you like where it came from, but I feel like it would make the connection that people feel from their own,
I totally get that.
Behind the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we can at least say it wasn't one of us.
Okay, yeah,
in our circle.
Say yes. This story is not based off of any
right, and that's I figured that. I get
something everyone can identify with.
I've lost buddies. I mean, buddies have passed away, or we don't talk anymore, and it's like that song could hit anybody, because no matter someone you're close to leaves, whether it be death or just you don't talk, a big misunderstanding or something like that. You used to have my back, I had yours. It's like it is such a great song.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. I always say like one of the biggest compliment that you can ever have as a musician is just having somebody like what you have written and can identify with it.
Yeah.
Right.
And the coolest thing about that song is the fact that it's so open-ended that everybody just pulls something a little different from it.
Right. You're exactly right.
And that's, I think, there's a lot of songs, some of the really great songs that do that. So it's cool that a lot of people are feeling that vibe from that particular song.
And not a lot of bands can do that. They try to put out a power ballad, and you don't connect with it. And then, out of the blue, one comes at you from a place like I never thought American Bombshell was going to put out a ballad that just clicked with me. And then when I heard it, I was like, God damn. And usually I don't like, I don't connect with the mainstream. Okay, this is our thing.
Forced. That's the main thing. It wasn't forced at all.
Right. It just came.
Yeah.
It was a great song. Now you guys
it was very organic, and I will say that our friend Yoshi, that was like, for him, that was a very big song. He just had like a connection with that song, and actually he is one of the only people that ever asked me the same question you did, that I actually gave him I told him.
Well, that's Yoshi.
Was behind that.
That's Yoshi. You gotta tell, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yoshi is the one that got me into American Bombshell. That guy would send out packages. All he'd do, message you and say, "What's your address?" Okay. And I thought we talked to every little once in a while, and what's your address? Okay, here's my address. What's going on? You'll see. And then next thing you know, you get a box. It's like, what in the hell is this? He was just a fantastic human being. Loved him.
Some people got a palate.
A palate.
Some people got a palate.
Yeah. He's kind of like the Chewy or something, of rock and roll, where he just
Chewy.
Yeah.
You get a box a month. It's like the American Bombshell of the Month Club.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
Nice.
He actually watches everything we do down here. We've got his vest right over here. I don't know if you can grab that, Vic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes,
God. Yes.
we have one of Yoshi's vests.
Yeah. The other red one is safekeeping. We bring that out when we have the merch box set up. So he's with us all the time.
Good.
And,
Good.
and he gets to hear all this stuff before anyone else does.
Yes,
Exactly. And
he did hear
this record. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did hear all of the new songs on the EP, and then ones that are forthcoming still. We actually got to play those for him, and got his seal of approval.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was tripping out.
Yeah. They love it every minute of it.
Yeah,
all smiles.
Yeah, he was digging it.
How he was going through. Yeah. All smiles.
We're excited for. I mean, Knives Out was great, but we're like on to the next thing where we just can't wait to hear for everyone to hear what we've been cooking up because we got a lot of it.
Got a lot of it.
Dude,
Hell yeah. Now, between 2019 and I remember, I was turned on to you right around that time. And you guys were going to play Ballroom Blitz, and that got canceled or postponed because of COVID and everything. So that kind of bummed me out. And then it seemed like things just started happening with the band. And it's like, okay, this one leaves, and then that one comes in, that one leaves, and then two leave, and then that one comes in, and this one goes. And you're just sitting there going, like, I was wondering, like I said in the beginning, is this the end? And it would just suck for it to be the end. Most of the time, when even half of that happens to a band, they're done. I mean, you just go, you throw your hands up in the air and go, what? How did you guys get through all the little shakeups and all the, the things being thrown at you?
We're gluttons for punishment.
Yeah.
Well,
Perseverance.
I will say this. I mean, before we get into some of that, I will say that keeping a band together through this pandemic thing has been really, really tough. Because if you don't have that continual payoff of connecting with the fans, that kind of thing in a live setting, it's people are in this for different reasons, but it gets really tough to keep that together and have a reason to continue. And there was a lot of things that went on that and everyone's got a different personality, and it just kind of, a lot of things come to a head in certain situations, and so that's pretty much like kind of the gist of it, just how tough it is to weather those waters, as you're going through what everyone else is going through in their own situation. Yeah. So,
right.
Not to mention how many great bands that are not around anymore in the last 3 years.
And that's absolutely right. I mean, that time destroyed some. I mean,
absolutely.
They're gone. And they just threw their hands up and we're done. And to make it through is just an accomplishment anymore. I mean, especially that was because you had people, they didn't have anything to do anymore.
Well, you also have, in one of the elements was also, there was a point in time when that COVID hit where you didn't even know as a band if you could get together and be in the same room.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like, I know we went for almost a year, 8 months or so before we were able to, feel comfortable enough to all come back into the bomb shelter and do what we have always done.
Yeah, I mean, there's some variables, like my mother-in-law, we moved her in with us to take care of her because she wouldn't have been able to be taken care of in the care facility and stuff. So we moved her into the house, and I mean, there's such a long time there where you just don't know what's going to happen, or you don't have any of the right answers. And you don't want to screw up when you're talking about somebody's life, So it's
right. You didn't know. We had so many questions, and you, even though you wanted to be together, you're like, do I jeopardize?
Right. You gotta err on the side of caution, and it's just
right.
And we all did that. Jason went as far as bought a big plastic cage to go around his drums, and we
Cajun the drummer. Wow.
Yeah, dude. Well,
Impossible.
he did that himself.
Wow.
Yeah, I looked like the drummer from Johnny Carson there for a while. Class.
Yeah. But
Nice.
you know, I mean, we did what you do what you need to do. But that even takes its toll.
Right.
So when you're not able to go out and play, you're not able to go out
Stuck in the
and
basement for 2 years.
record,
Right.
you know, all that stuff. It all kind of starts compiling, and then, you know, you add on like the band member changes that
Musical
yeah.
chairs.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Now I know you okay, you know, you can answer this if you want.
Yeah.
But you had left and it was you were sick of music or just had enough. And what was it like? Just the whole music industry thing that goes on. Did you get, you know, did you have to take a step back to appreciate it again, or in your mind you were done, and then all of a sudden all that time off you decided, you know what, I miss it, I miss my guys, I miss, you know.
Well, I had quit once before, but for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But nobody else had knew the stuff going on in the band and the dynamics, because the band member changes and the lineup changes. It just kind of started, like, for me, I started like, okay, now we're circling the drain. Now it's becoming more about lineup changes than it is actually getting new music out. When you get it, you know, when you get a new member in, you have to go, we got to get them up to speed with all of the old material. And then they're getting up to speed on material we've been playing for.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, if I got to song one more time so this guy can learn it. Oh, and now this guy's gone. I got to
I had to start all over again.
It just, you know, and it was Jason and Andy that kind of, at first, the first time, was like, yeah, just come back, take a break. We, you know, did that. That time, this last time when it went down, mentally I was just spent. I just had got to a point that I just did not really. We hadn't had new music coming out. We had been working on new music forever.
Right.
But with every time you get a member change, the new music goes to the back so you can catch these new guys up. Yeah. And it started getting further and further away of when are we going to get something new out? And I just, I you know, mentally, I just started getting into back into the old mindset of when I first quit for the 2 weeks and just kind of crept up again.
Right. And I get that.
And I just I walked away, and not the best fashion. It was the, you know, worst way I could have done it. But I apologized and made sure that I wanted to mend the fences and make sure that the friendships were there still.
Right. That's the most important thing.
And I still kept in touch with the guys while I was out. I couldn't bring myself to watch anything they were doing without me.
Understandable.
But we still.
Hey, you know, he's out, and we just hit our first million-selling album. What the fuck? And you're like, wait a minute here.
I didn't want to watch
so,
any of that.
So how are things going?
So it was one of those things where I kept in touch. And Jason had hit me up and asked if, you know, how I, you know, put live shows aside. What if we just focused on writing a new album with David and Mick? It's reversing the things.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it David
with the two Utes.
Yeah, the two Utes.
Two Utes.
Two question
with the two FNGs.
Yeah. So it was like, you know, what do you think about let's just focus on writing and recording a new album because it's been so long. And I said, if we take the live equation out of it, you know, because at that point, I hadn't even sang in the shower.
Right.
When I left, I just I
Done.
didn't sing. I didn't sing in the car. I didn't sing in the shower. I didn't sing. I just was like, I just don't want to do any of it.
Wow.
So it was Jason and talking to me, and I said, if we just want to focus on writing and recording some new stuff, I would be more than down to do that. Once we started doing it, and I realized like this is a solid lineup.
Right.
Like there was no fear of
This one's leaving. It's all going to happen all over again. This guy really doesn't fit. We got to find somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that guy moved down from Green Bay to be in the band, so that's the there.
Yeah,
moved from Green Bay.
This guy's pretty fucking good too.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what?
He's pretty quiet, but
It's
He quiet talk, bro.
He
lets
lets the music do the
he
talking.
hasn't earned the right to speak yet.
He's been pineapple.
Amazing
It's like you don't fucking say a fucking word. during the
Sit
entire
there
podcast, all right?
and just shut up.
I just got furniture privileges, man. I'm
Right.
gonna fuck that
You made it to the couch.
He's on the couch.
All right.
Here's another thing. When we had the lineup changes, right? Where we basically have to teach people the new songs and get them up to speed on the new material. Here's a great tip for anybody wanting to join a band that these guys did. They learned the fucking songs before they tried out.
What?
I mean, like, guys, have some modicum of preparation when you join a band. Maybe, like, kind of know the song and get the nuance when you get in the rehearsal. No.
Well,
Mick comes in and absolutely, like, he's like, oh, you mean this part? He, like, learned both parts. I'm like, fuck, dude, you're playing better than I am. How about I just watch you play over 3 weeks?
Just sit here for a minute,
Yeah.
You got couch privileges day one, didn't you?
Oh yeah, he's had couch privilege.
Couch privileges, man.
Immediately.
Not to mention, I mean, you hear it in the songs.
Yes.
Ability. I mean, as far as I've played with a lot of co-guitarists, Mick is the best by far.
Co-guitarist?
Co-guitarist.
Co-guitarist.
And you've heard it in the record now. It basically you hear the harmonies and the added dimension that his ability brings for us to do. So we have a whole new playbook that we can use now.
And that was a question with there's a new lineup, and usually that translates into a different feel. It didn't happen here. That it actually kind of reverted back to No Regrets.
But it
expanded on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It widened it, tightened it up.
It was back to raw and then just more mature, more.
And not to mention, these guys can sing backups too.
Yes.
So you
know
what
we're dealing with like
I can shred, but I fucking suck at singing. So they can sing, and Jason sings too.
Master.
Hey, dudes, I gotta go.
The Shred Master General.
Yeah,
He's gone. He's out of here.
Well, I'll say this. I think a big part of that is, and I think I speak for Mick as well, is that we both came into this band already having been huge fans of the band, the music, the whole feel, everything that the entire concept of American Bombshell.
Right.
We were already huge fans of that. I mean, I remember the first time I heard their album. I was actually recording with another band, same studio they were recording No Regrets at, and Scott said, "Hey, you got a minute to listen to this?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I stood there and listened to that album, and I was impressed. I was blown away, and I was also really pissed off because I knew there was no way in the world that bass player Dusty was ever going to give that gig up. And I just remember going home thinking, this is everything that's missing in rock and roll, and that's the band I'm supposed to be
That's
in.
what I thought too.
Wow.
As far as missing in rock and roll, exactly.
did you guys make a vision board?
No. First time I
No,
saw
but I got a hope chest.
Oh, and that's the thing too with writing the new songs. It's like I don't want to lose that concept because and we come from metal backgrounds and stuff, and it's like, no, man, what attracted me to Bombshell was the rock and rollness of it. No one's able to do that anymore and make it sound cool.
And that's what's crazy. He and I come from like the last bands we've been in are like metal, fast,
right, hardcore.
Yeah, not screaming all the time, but there's still vocals and stuff in it. But this is the first, shot at like, more purely rock and roll. But you're starting to see
all the bands
pretty much all
we come from were a much
Everything was
heavier, I want to say new metal
Right.
vibe, you know.
Yep.
All of us came from,
Yeah.
and
There was a time that's all there was. That's
even
all that
I mean,
was
even with
succeeding.
the previous members that came in, they were all like, that's everything.
Mhm.
So coming into Bombshell and doing like what we're doing was something I think new for everybody.
Mhm.
Like maybe we did it back in the day, but had gone
Right.
by the wayside.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And now it's turning a corner again where this is starting to become a thing again.
Well, when we started doing American Bombshell, we were just like, you know what, that we don't hear. We felt like there was like a stylistic thing that we weren't hearing
Right.
from bands.
The gap in the
We were like,
industry.
you're either like one end of the spectrum or there, you know, and we were like, we wanted to make a sound that we felt was missing.
Yeah, it's
Right.
all legacy. They're all legacy bands making that sound right now. So it's like, where's
Right.
the new stuff? So we're
Right.
like,
Where's the new stuff?
here it is.
You know, and then you make the new stuff and people still want they're like, you know, they don't pay attention yet. It's
One of the
almost like
best
you gotta
compliments. One of the best compliments I've ever heard was somebody come up and say, "You're brand new, but you sound so familiar."
exactly.
Or it's
And that's
old
it.
sounding, but it's fresh.
Yeah,
Old, but it's fresh. It's an old sound with a fresh spin.
Old,
Right.
Old rock
Like a
and
fresh
roll.
towel.
when we first started, I said it's like Motley Crue and Sex Pistols had a baby, and Black Sabbath put their dick up in the middle.
Nice. Right.
Not the way I describe it, but
That
that's-
is such
I
a
mean,
great
I
mental
told-
image. I mean, thank you for that creative mental image.
Yes, you get the vision. It
I'm
works.
thinking of the devil baby on Born Again.
Yes,
Yeah,
there you go.
Giving the dick,
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go.
maybe
Yeah.
we can get the rights for that
The evil
on our
version.
next album. If we
You
just
know?
flip the
Yeah,
image
flip it
around,
over, that's fine.
we just flip the
Turn the
image.
claws
we
a
can
different
use that on
color.
the
we're
next
good.
album.
Yeah, we're good.
He's looking this way, not that way now.
Right.
So we didn't steal nothing.
Nope.
Right.
That's it.
And you're right. You guys you're in that genre right now that is got a lot of bands in it that is new, fresh, but the old vibe, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I lean toward. If you can hit me with that old vibe and make me feel young again, like them bands made me feel back then, and they, you know, if you could still make me feel that feel, then I'm like, I'm in.
trying to coin the phrase "new wave of classic hard rock," but it hasn't caught on yet.
It hasn't caught on. Well, that's a hashtag every day
It's
we're gonna
like-
have to use.
Yeah, it's not as cool as NWO.
New wave of British heavy metal.
It's not as
Oh,
cool
that's
as
Yeah,
that.
because they
Yeah.
did new wave American heavy metal with like Shadows Fall and Lamb of
Yeah.
God and all those
Well,
bands.
it didn't catch on.
Mm.
It didn't catch
It
on.
did catch
as
on.
much.
But you're right. I mean, and we're friends with like Kicking Valentina,
Mhm.
Straddling Rosie. Like
Yep.
we've played with these other bands that are, you know, again, they're new, but they're, you know, bringing that old style in
Yep.
and sounding fresh and it's clicking,
Mhm.
you know.
It's got to get
People
more
are,
talking about it too,
Good.
because there's so
Right.
many bands that radio is playing the same 10 fucking songs.
I mean, I got rid of Hair Nation. It's like forget Hair
Well,
Nation.
dude,
God.
I was listening to
I was listening-
there's a channel called Deep Cuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Dude, they're not deep cuts.
Man, fuck
they're still
Deep
you're
Cuts.
still
One
playing.
every hour or something.
Right, yeah,
Do they play Helix all the time?
right.
Deep
They
cuts.
play
Yeah.
deep cuts the knife. I mean,
They're not. It's like, oh, you
Well,
played
this
the song that just
ROCK.
didn't. It
they
wasn't as
just
high on the charts.
barely. Right.
Right.
It was only number 10. It wasn't number 1.
Paper
So
cuts.
that's a deep cut.
Exactly.
To that.
And that's
I
that's
mean-
also why cover bands do so well, because people just it's like they're programmed to hear the same thing over and over and over.
Same thing over and over. Well, my take on the cover bands and the tribute bands, which there is a thing with them, and it's, you can't deny it.
Nope.
But
It was fun to
There's
be
so-
a night out, you know, go
I've-
see a cover band.
I've sang for quite a few.
right, well, take Bon Jovi for instance, because we all know he's losing his voice, and
Yes.
Sambor is coming back to help him out,
Yep.
which greatly needed. Now, am I going to pay $100 to go see Bon Jovi for the 45th time and him murder his own songs?
Right.
Or am I going to go see Shot in the Dark for $20 at the bar down the street? And this guy
It's going to
sounds
sound like
exactly like it's supposed to.
1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a no-brainer, and that's where their niche is. And my
Absolutely.
thing is, I'm trying to, I book shows and shit like that here. I said, okay, there's a people go see the tribute bands and they don't really go see the new up and comers. So how about put a tribute band with a new up and comer? You're going to get the people in the door because of the tribute band. Boom, they're going to get exposed to the music of the original band that's up and coming. Now you may have a couple new fans that come on board.
And we've had that. We've played with a few cover bands, not necessarily tribute artists, but they just run the gamut. And we've opened for a few of those, and we've vice versa. We've had some of those guys open for us, and it works out because you do walk away with people going, "Wow, I never even heard of you guys. I didn't know anything about you guys."
Well, that's one thing we pride ourselves on. If put us in front of a room of people that haven't heard us before, by the end of that set, we're going to win the majority of them over.
We are a live band.
You are a live band.
You see us live. You could listen to our stuff, and I think all of our recorded music is great. I think it sounds great, but you come and see us live, it's a totally different vibe, and
it's way worse.
Well, it works, baby.
But we're gonna walk away, and people are gonna take that to heart because you just saw something that
comes across.
Comes across totally different.
Remember what we were talking about the other when we have the ability with this type of music that we're doing, we have the ability to open, and we've done it. We opened for metal bands. We've opened for rockabilly bands, punk bands, whatever.
Yes.
And we've gotten their crowds. We've turned over their crowds to where they're on our side. So it's cool that we have that ability to.
We did an acoustic show.
Yes.
Wow.
American Bombshell, all acoustic.
Wow.
We opened a show for Pop Evil.
Yeah.
They were doing night, and we came in, and albeit they weren't expecting us to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then a couple of people are complaining that our fans were too loud at their acoustic show. So we're like, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. It's a rock show at a bar. You want my fans to be quiet? Oh, okay.
No.
See what
Now, you've opened for rockabilly. You say, these different genres, but it's all rock and roll, really, right?
Yeah.
You like rock and roll. I like different genres. I love rockabilly. I love some metal. I saw some, I take some from, everywhere. But you don't put yourself in a box.
16 years old, leave her alone, they say.
Wow.
Yacht rock.
See,
Yacht rock. Hey, I dig that too,
Look
man.
at the lyrics to that song. It's creepy.
Well, the video.
The video is super creepy.
Yeah,
Dude, most of them are, man. It's like if you really listen to it, you're like, wow, what was going on back then?
Yeah.
I was only this.
Well, dude,
Right?
Yeah, that is creepy.
That's a creepy song.
Yeah.
But we like all genres. All of us in this band. That's what's crazy
17.
is we all like. Well, he sings She's Only 43 now.
Right. She's only 43.
Yeah. He knows it's not. But no, we all like different stuff, and it's still cool that we can come in here and create stuff that I guess I would say not like American Bombshell sound, because we make what American Bombshell is, but that we can all listen to everything that we listen to and take it in, come in here, do what we do, and it be what we envision it.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't have to make it. We don't have to force it.
We don't force it.
Like
We don't have to
American
make
Bombshell.
it sound like
it.
let's sound like this band, let's sound like that band, let's sound like here's the newest flavor or anything. We come in, we go, does it fucking rock?
Does it rock? Okay, it's good.
I think also too, that's another thing. I mean, there's like people are like, oh, there's no good music coming out nowadays.
Bullshit.
You have to search for it, but that's the other thing too. People just need to kind of lose that constraint and just be more open-minded. Check some new shit out. It's out there. You just got to look for it and dig for it a little bit.
Right. And that's where someone like me comes in. I have my own radio show on CGCM Rock Radio.
Yeah.
I have the interview process that I do. I go do the digging. While I'm at work, I run CNC machines by day, and I sit on my phone. And I've got buddies like Tim Swift that I go on Monsters Rock Cruise with, I do things with, and they'll send you, hey, check this out. And there's certain people, and then we take that. All right, I like it, so I'm going to put it on the radio show, or I share it on my Facebook, or I share it in a group. So let me do the digging, but if I post something, check it out, because it's been, we get along, so just check it out. If I take the time to post it, at least click on it and give it 30 seconds. If you give it 30 seconds, you're going to dig it, because I'm not going to put something shitty out.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole, if you don't hear something that, when you're listening to something, if you don't hear within the first 30 seconds, you don't hear something that clicks with you, most people just go on to the next.
Right.
That's the state of the world today. The right now thing. So it's like you got 30 seconds to capture.
You got 30 seconds. And that's usually with me, because I've got, my email box gets filled up.
Right.
People sending stuff, and it's like, I'm not going to waste a lot of time. So you better send me your best cut that within that 30 seconds, I'm going, I want more.
I'm sorry that we didn't send you the best cut. We're saying,
I mean, I put it on the radio because I felt sorry for you, really. I mean, I was like, you know what? If I don't put this out there, they're going to hate me and think, whatever.
Just turn it to a charity.
Well,
hey, Charity Case Podcast. Charity Case Podcast.
There's also exceptions to that rule, though, because like Andy and I are both well versed in the cold, frosty Norse black metal.
Oh yeah,
scene.
we listen to all that.
So unless it has about a 5-minute intro of just wind sounds,
Right.
We're not. It's a drumming.
Yeah.
That's one of them things you do it at night to go to sleep. You put this song on, you got 5 minutes, you're going to be asleep.
Yeah. And if you're on a road trip with Andy and I, the car will get a little frosty because we get some pretty brutal stuff.
I sat in the very back, so at least it takes a while.
It literally snows in the car because of all
Wow.
What do we listen to? Oh, some Immortal, and then we get some Emperor after that.
Wow. And there's some good shit out there, man. And like I said, it doesn't matter what genre. Some is coming out now is like really good. It's there's a whole scene in Europe going on. They got the orchestra metal, and it's like wow. There's so much different that you can't say that the phrase "rock is dead" because it's not. It's just so much going on.
Well, the rock is dead thing, honestly, it's a media thing.
That's a media
because concert sales, ticket sales, that shows the tail of the tape. Rock isn't dead. People are still going out and packing places to see these bands, whether it's stadiums, arenas, clubs. But the media has changed to where they don't push rock bands like back in the hair metal days. You would see the American Music Awards would have all the warrants and the Rockies and all that. The Grammys had Guns N' Roses, and Slash and Duff got. I think it's when they got drunk and cussed on the stage. That's no more rock.
Rock's dead. Rock's dead.
But they keep pushing that issue.
Metallica played nice,
and it's it's not true. But there's just so much of it now.
Right. And it would be helpful. Like I'm thinking about.
You're helping.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing
You're helping right now.
Yeah.
Right. And you got radio stations out there that they play all kinds of different stuff. But I'm going to, Hair Nation would be a great station if they would also include new stuff. New stuff from the American Bombshells, from the LA Maybes, from the Native Sons. Get new music in there also.
Oh, let's talk about the Struts some more.
The Struts, they're good.
Well, that's all Eddie Trunk talks about.
Yes, they're good, but they're not the only band out there.
In the zeitgeist.
I mean, come on, dude. And that's only for 2 or 3 hours on Eddie Truck's show where you hear anything about a new band or
Right.
a band that isn't Motley Crue or Def Leppard.
Well,
You know.
yeah, but it's only the bands that he likes. So you hear like
Right.
Rival Sons and Struts and
Right.
Dirty Honey, and
Dirty
he always
Honey.
just mentions the same bands that now are not new bands. They've been around
They've been
for
around a while.
5-10 years. Rival Sons been around for like almost 20 years.
Now, Rival
Right.
Sons is dope, though. I'll give him.
Yeah, no, and I'm
Oh,
not saying
yeah.
those bands aren't good, but you can't keep calling those the new up and coming bands when they've been out doing the same thing.
No.
You're doing something
Right.
like right now that
You have to.
is not, what the I don't know what to
Well, let's
say.
put-
Establishment.
Let's put it this way.
The establishment.
You're the
Boom.
only
The man.
You're the only interview we have scheduled for this week. So,
Wow. I feel so privileged. Either you guys are so terrible that nobody wants you, or
that might be the case.
I'm like special.
I mean, I do have some job interviews scheduled.
All right. Wow. The band's going so well, you need to go back to work.
Right?
Right.
They don't care about my band.
Okay. No, you guys are doing fine. I mean, everything's seems to be hitting for you guys again, and it's back to the hiatus is off of everybody's mind. You guys are back. It's new music, and the album sounds killer. My favorite track is the second to last one. Oh my god, I had to slow drag. Slow drag. That is such a great tune, man. I love it.
We're hearing a lot that's kind of like a sleeper tune.
Yeah.
It really is.
Actually, we were playing that.
We were playing that.
We were
There's
playing that
video
before
2018.
COVID.
Yeah,
It was-
2018, I think, was when we
We were
Really?
playing that live.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we
And,
wrote that when D2 was still in the band.
D2 was in the band.
Huh.
We wrote that before D2.
When Dustin Webster was in there, because we had come up with that. Like 2017. I think even when Steve was still in the band, we were
Wow.
No,
it was right after he left. It was right.
No.
no, it was after he left.
Yeah, it
He
was
would
right
have
after he
never.
Oh yeah, that's a tough guitar.
He would have never. Well, he just never would have gone with that vibe. But yes, that song's been around for a minute. But again, when you're trying to write new songs and then you have member changes where you're like, okay, new songs have to wait. We got to get them caught up on the catalog.
Right.
So that was one of those songs where we we had recorded it. Nothing came of the recording.
Yeah.
Huh.
Then the whole me leaving, me coming back thing happened, and then we re-recorded it.
Made the arrangement correct because we tried a different arrangement on that first
Right.
recording and it just wasn't.
Switch
Yeah.
it up a little bit.
It wasn't
Right.
So that's awesome that you love that song. I like that song. I just didn't think it would be.
Well, the funny thing for me was out of the 5 songs, that was probably my least favorite.
Really?
The sleeper hit.
Until I heard it recorded.
They said that's the
Huh.
hit.
Since I've heard it recorded, it's my favorite song on the album.
I mean, it just kills. I love it. It does not take it away from any of the other tunes, but that one stands out to me. I mean,
It's a little different than anything we've
Awesome.
ever done because
Right.
the other tunes,
Well, You and Hell is very different from anything we've ever done.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
a little bit more slow.
That was
heavier.
that was Mick's
My first
his first contribution
to the band.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
that he brought in, and I feel very strongly about that song. I think that's I think the vibe of that
I like
song,
Yeah,
everything about that song to me,
Mm.
I dig it.
he's crushing the leads on that too. He does all the solos on that.
Yeah.
That song.
Really
Yeah.
nice.
And he's like, no, this one's all yours.
I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
it's all you,
right,
man.
man.
I shred on all the fucking songs.
And
It's as easy as you want.
you
And I
got to
know-
earn your keep.
Because through all of this band change stuff, new guitar player, Andy was constantly having to come up with
Right.
all the new material that we were writing, because there was a short time where it was just me, Jason, and Andy,
I'm like, hey, I got a new song.
and
Hey,
we were
got a new
just
song.
showing up to the bomb shelter and just the three of us just ripping through ideas. And I know there got to a point where Andy was like, dude, I'm just burning shit, and it just
Right.
starts sounding the same after a while.
Yeah.
Right.
After, 30 or so
Yeah,
songs.
you
it's
start
just
getting
like,
the
man, I'm
same
starting
vibes,
to-
the
yeah.
same sounds, and I
Right.
think it was really refreshing and nice for Mick to come in and like. I don't want to. You're seasoned. Mick is seasoned.
And he
Seasoned.
Yeah.
Seasoned.
Mick knows how to play. Mick knows how to write.
There you go.
Well, that was one of the things they said. Can you play? Yes. Can you write?
yeah.
Yes.
And he got right in the vibe. I mean, like first there was You and Hell, and then he came up with Cocaine Blues.
Yeah.
And
Cocaine Blues is another one that's really cool.
you can't tell because our styles now are starting to kind of
Yeah.
blend together.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually there's a disconnect. Like you can tell who wrote
You
what.
could tell who's
Yeah.
and who's doing the solo. You can tell. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
this
you
one.
can tell
That's
that.
yeah.
And now they're doing this
There
Iron
we
Maiden
go.
double harmony solo stuff
Yeah, 'cause
together.
Yeah, because it's fun. It sounds badass.
Yeah, it sounds great. I mean, switching off and trading licks. It's
Trading
And
solos is something
I love
I've wanted
that.
since day one. Now we have the ability.
I love that.
right.
Ins-
That's awesome. That's
I'm
really
happy
cool.
about it. I can't say enough good things.
Well, Mick's a happy camper too.
Oh yeah.
You guys seem all happy. I mean, you're clicking on all cylinders
DJ's
again.
blowing inside.
But he keeps it inside.
Yes,
His radiance is just
he did his 3 minutes of talking. Now he's all out of breath.
Yeah.
I talk some more, but you know.
if this camera goes off, it's like you're in fucking trouble. Bro.
It's
The
gonna
way he puts it is he could fly, but what would people think?
Right.
right.
I will
He's
say
just-
this, man. I think it's in terms of finding the right rhythm guitar player for this outfit. I couldn't have conjured a better pick than Mick.
It's not
He
even
is-
it's not even rhythm. It's just now
I mean,
we're
he's
now we're a
just-
guitar team.
He brings so much to the table, and his style and the chemistry between these two guys here is amazing. I mean, I sit back and I just kind of watch things
Mhm.
develop, and I a lot of times I have a hard time believing I'm in the same room with
Andy's
this when it's
machine.
happening.
Right.
But they
Yeah.
contribute to each other without muddying the waters and without making it so homogenous that it just seems like one big blob. I don't know if it makes any sense, but there's so much that these guys bounce off of each other that ends up becoming one guy will walk in with one idea, and at the end of the night we've got 4 or 5 songs that we're, there's 4 or 5 more in the catalog. What are we going to do with these?
Yeah, I mean, it literally happens that fast. It's
And
like
that's a good thing.
I'll come in with a chorus idea, and they're like, "Mick, write a verse for this." Okay, I got this, and it
Yeah.
fits perfect. And it's like,
Okay.
boom. And then we're like,
And
well,
that's
what
what you want.
then, I mean, literally, we've had practices where we've got 3 or 4 songs, like the scratch frames for those songs, but in one practice. And
That's
Right.
something that we used to have at the very beginning of the band that actually we had gotten away from, like just walking in and jamming and seeing, like, don't put a lot of thought into it. Let's just jam and like
Jam, see where it rolls.
boom. And we
See what
kind
mood
of
we're going to be in today.
we kind of got away from that where we started going in and having to think about like what's the next part going to be, how's the next part going to go, and we got away from that. I think the second album showed that more. The second album is really good. I like it.
Part of that was written in the studio too. So it's
Yeah.
like
to
me, I play things differently drum wise, like Joyride, for example. The beat that I play live on that is different than the CD, and I wish that I would have had that time for it to marinate to get a little more.
Right.
Because to me, the drums on that song are just kind of sterile, And I think that now, I mean, you can play.
Well, that's
it
kind of
live.
like you though.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
wow.
I just
Wow.
love
Wow. Shooting blanks.
Yeah.
well, that's the song. So people are like, "What's the hardest song you guys have to play?" I'm like, "It's Joyride."
Joyride.
Yeah.
If
All
Jeff's
right.
not playing his acoustic guitar, we've tried it before.
Yeah,
If he's not playing the
Joyride.
acoustic, we fucking suck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible.
Something's missing.
Yeah, it's just missing because he pushes and pulls on the tempo to where it makes sense. But if we try to do it without that,
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Harry Potter time, like 7 3/4 eighths or something like that.
yeah, not,
7 3/4 eighths. Wow.
I push them to be better musicians to make up for my lack of.
Whatever.
yeah.
I get that. I can see that. I can see
I
that.
learned
mean,
to play guitar to make girls happy.
Right. Does it work?
But now I'm older and nobody gives a shit. And I'm married, and my wife is like, "Yeah, been there,
Put
done
your
that.
guitar down.
I got
You may-
you.
movie.
Oh yeah.
You made me happy once, and that's over
Yeah.
with. That's
Stop playing your guitar. I can't hear the TV.
right.
Yellowstone's on.
Right. Yellowstone's on.
But no, but that's the thing is like I like it that we are able to again we can do Joyride, and we can take off and go do something like Cocaine Blues or
You ever bust a cover out every now and again,
or we like to do covers for fun. I always say like we like to have fun at shows, so we do covers. We've done Motley Crue in the past, and
we do some Volbeat,
Corrosion of Conformity.
Yeah,
Nice.
deeper cuts,
Wow.
deeper cut, actual deep cuts, not paper cuts.
Yeah,
Not paper cuts. Not Hair Nation deep cuts.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Correct.
We can do sailing next.
we could.
Yacht rock.
Whoa.
Man. Yacht
Rock out.
Tell
Rock
me.
out sailing.
Rock out sailing.
Yeah.
Rock out sailing.
Okay, if we do it, I'm dedicating. To
I'll
you.
play it.
He's like,
I'll
I'll
play
play
it.
it. All right.
Dude. I secretly dig Christopher Cross. Okay.
Well, who does
Hey,
it?
dude.
Who doesn't?
Shit.
Right. I mean,
Everybody
I got
goes,
that.
I have people ask me, what's your guilty pleasure? And I go, I don't
It's not
believe in guilty pleasures. If you
Spice
like
Girls.
it, you like it.
That's Spice
I mean, I'm cool with, hey, if I like something, I'm going to tell you I like it. It's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm to the point now where it's like I don't even give a shit if someone doesn't like it. I'm like,
B-Rock has left the room.
B-Rock is gone.
Hold on.
His
I
left
think, he's,
chat.
I think he's digging out his
Hey!
Oh, shit, right on.
Gotta have it, dude.
on the spot.
The flamingo has spoken.
Hey, man. I'm in the rock room. We got plenty of that around here.
Oh, yeah. I was like, he just pulled a JC.
I'm out of here.
I'll show you guys.
I farted and I had to leave. I mean,
Well, hey.
it got really bad, dude.
That's happened too. That's happened too. If this room wasn't so big, it would be bad right now.
Yeah, I have to give you a tour of the bomb shelter. They're here at the end, so you can kind of see where we're at.
Hell yeah.
We've
So we got
well,
you.
I'll do it now. So this is where
Well, it's the recording studio now
yeah.
and the
Nice.
rehearsal studio.
I'll look at my
There
gun.
you go.
Are we
Yeah.
gonna,
Gas tank.
he's gonna see everybody else in the,
So-
in the room. We got observers.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm just gonna let me get my tilt right here.
Get in line.
Get my head out of the way.
There you go.
Basically, it's
Yeah.
it's my basement. There's Mick trying to get out of there, and then we'll pan over here, and here's the recording area with Lori hanging out,
Hi,
trying,
Lori.
trying to hide. And there's Lisa,
Hi,
Mick's
Lisa.
Boss lady Lisa.
wife, and
Your lovely wife.
there's my lovely wife, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty
There
much
you
the
go.
bomb shelter. That's where all
And-
the magic happens.
And you know what? Now, just talking to you guys, I think if I would have talked to you guys 2 years ago, it might have been a totally different thing. But it seems like the energy's back, the chemistry's there, the fun is back into making the music. You guys seem so much happy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and that's what you got to have to make good music. You got to be. It's got to be fun and not work. And it seems like you guys got back to the fun part, found it again. And, a lot of bands turn it into work. If it turns into work, you're not going to enjoy yourself. And the creative process isn't going to be as fluent and as great as it would be as if you're having fun.
yeah, you got to either really just be enjoying it and having a blast, or you got to just absolutely fucking hate each other.
Right.
No middle ground.
Well-
like look at the police.
I've said this to a million people. This is the best band I've ever been in.
Nice.
As far as the band camaraderie, the friendships, the interaction, the way the band dynamics even work.
Right.
It's and I'm a man of a certain age. I've been in a lot of bands.
Certain age.
This is the best band that I've been in, and I don't take that for granted.
No, you can't. It can all end.
Which is one of the reasons why when I left the band that I wanted to make sure that the friendship still remained intact, because I think that is part of the strengths of Meanwhile, Toby just said, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm out.
Jake.
You guys need
I was saying.
Nice. We
Jake
get
was
one
like,
leaves, one comes
Yeah.
back, and it's like herding cats with you guys. Jesus Christ.
I've said that many times.
I bet.
Jay Carr is like, man, it's like herding drunk cats.
Drug cat. Pineapple.
Look at you. Look
Yeah, I'm
at
gonna-
you.
Good. Oh,
Come on.
the day I come see you
Look,
guys.
you get the golden pineapple, man.
Yeah. All right. The golden
We even
pineapple,
this
that's
is like on point in the basement at all times, so everybody can see.
Well, it's crazy.
Money is
the broken tip.
We came up with the pineapple idea. It was
They came up with it for me.
2016 when we did
See
the
this.
whole Grammy amplifier thing, and then all of a sudden we start seeing pineapples everywhere. So somebody heard us talking about it and was like,
Yeah.
we need to
Oh,
make
yeah.
these things
Pineapples
popular."
are a thing.
There's a name to that where you start talking about something, you start seeing it everywhere, and I can't.
Well, I don't like saying stuff out loud because I feel like you put it into the universe.
right. Facebook will pick up on it.
I have
next thing you
said
know,
a lot of
it's an ad.
times, Johnny Depp saw me when I was in LA and he copped my look.
I'm thinking.
When I was in
I'm
LA
thinking.
and he started doing Hollywood Vampires, all these guys know the look I was rocking, and then all of a sudden he's in Hollywood Vampires doing his shit. People are like,
I
Johnny
gotta say,
Depp.
though, I love it when he puts a Johnny Depp photo on his profile. And people are like, "Man, you're looking good."
We've got photo evidence.
I mean, I've
it's
had-
pretty mind blowing.
I always
Right.
get people say you look like Johnny Depp, but I'll put an actual picture of Johnny Depp on my profile picture, and they'll be like, "Dude, you're looking a lot like Johnny Depp these days." I'm like,
Yeah, we fucking laugh our ass off at it every time.
Right.
We're like,
Okay.
Yeah, I even photoshopped one of our shirts on him.
if I could have that
There
money,
you go. Right.
I would be happy.
The money.
I'm sure I can
Wow.
play guitar as good as him.
That's,
Yeah.
he's not known for his guitar skills. No, not at all. He's just the
he's
face
getting
of
up
the
there
band,
half
really.
the time. If I had that much cash, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm going.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna play guitar and see if people show up, and they do.
There you
Right.
go.
I mean, now you guys got shows coming up. Tell me what shows you got coming up, when and where.
man.
So our next
Jay
show
Carr.
is actually in a new market, Nashville, Tennessee. We're
Boom.
gonna be down there with Wild Ride, and looking forward to playing with those guys and Brendan Fields Experience, a couple of awesome bands. That's Springwater Supper Club in Nashville on March 11th.
Okay.
And like I said, we haven't been down to Nashville before, so we're looking forward to get down there.
Oh, yeah.
April 29th, we're going to be down in Jeffersonville, Indiana, Louisville area, basically. Again, or Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah,
Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville.
And again, with Wild Ride, I think those are going to be some crazy shows. We're looking forward to those big.
They're starting to hit pretty good too.
Yep.
Yep.
And they got a cool bus too. I need to talk to them about that. I want to borrow
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're stoked to do that. We got
Boo boo.
oh
We
yeah,
got a doggy in the
Dog.
Hey,
this is my dog Buddy. Yeah,
buddy.
my buddy.
yeah. Get rescue animals. Don't buy new pets.
Absolutely.
That's my
No
Bob
matter
Martin
what.
moment.
Spay and neuter
Let's
your
spay and
pets.
neuter them
Yeah.
for sure.
What else we got going on? We got summer bash in
Summer bash in
in July.
July 5th,
what?
Black Circle.
July
Black
15th.
Circle, May 26th.
like that.
That is hey, you want to turn that down?
Yeah, you want to turn the volume down,
Yeah,
Andy?
You know, guitar players are always.
You can't take this dude anywhere.
Right.
He's got a
Fidgety.
He's been staying still for way too long.
And he'll show up at a
Right.
hotel and take something out of his back pocket and it unfold it. It's a fucking
It's a guitar.
Right. But God forbid, Jason, if you hit the snare drum once. Are you kidding me?
Right. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Right?
as the
kick
singer,
off-
I can attest.
I can attest.
Jason is never the problem.
It's always the guitar.
It's guitar players that I'm having
Guitar players.
I mean, he's
and
been.
I'll own it. It's fine.
Oh, come on.
I'm
I've been
good.
having some
It's
bass
me.
issues
I'm
too,
good.
Volume.
Uh-uh.
It's the whole one-click thing.
It is. It's one click.
Right.
Yeah.
It's click, click.
So
cool.
yeah, I mean, if you can kind of siphon out all those shows, just go to the website AmericanBombshell.net. Go there, Buy
Don't-
stuff.
Buy stuff.
I'll put all the links up
It's
tomorrow.
AmericanBombshell.net.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you
Make
search,
sure.
if you search
Yeah.
Google,
Warning.
Just
Warning.
Not safe for work.
AmericanBombshell.net.
if you search for American Bombshell and you see something that comes up says Doc Johnson,
Don't go.
You'll know.
Go,
You
go
know
there.
we'll just say that.
Wow.
And we're also working on we're going to be working on a music video.
That's right.
yeah,
Uh,
it's where
yeah.
they put our music to us like dancing around on TV and stuff.
Wow.
It's
All
this
right.
new concept.
Sound like a new thing to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
catch on.
Yeah, we just it's something
should
we're
try
going
to
to try to
channel.
do. We don't know how it's going to turn out.
Yep.
Just, I think we should just start a channel.
Yeah.
What
With
a
all-
concept!
like videos
For
all
music.
day.
What if we
music.
called it
Wait,
Music
music?
TV?
Right.
Music television?
Yeah.
You guys just blew
Hey.
my mind.
That's $1 million idea, bud.
I think we should
I
run
got
with this.
you.
We should run this. All right, we got this.
I
I'll
believe-
advertise
I believe it.
everywhere.
I believe in you, Mike.
With that.
I think we could do this.
I think we
I
can.
mean, Wow. I'm gonna have to go to sleep now because my brain just
We wore you out.
yeah.
Is there
Well,
anything else you would like to know?
I think y'all covered everything.
And
I'm
that's
almost positive. Hey, like I told you at the beginning, sometimes I it doesn't last very long because the band doesn't want to talk, but I had a feeling.
The problem is me. I'm the problem. Hello.
It's not a problem
me.
when you're
I'm the problem.
No.
when you're trying to interview somebody. You want them to talk. You want them to tell about themselves. You want them to tell about the band.
Me.
You know,
I'm
so-
the problem.
Everybody needs a JC. MCJC.
Yeah.
Well, you got to tune in next week and see if I still have furniture privileges.
I will. I'm going to check up on you every day.
Well, we're gonna
I'll be
start.
like,
We are gonna start doing
I've
a
got-
live cam on our beer fridge and let people sponsor our beer fridge. So if anybody wants,
wow.
hey, go buy this beer and try it, and they pay for us to get it, we'll put their beer in our fridge and we'll drink it during rehearsal.
Or
Very nice.
here's who, and you can win a disc.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dang.
That'd be easy.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Whose is that? I don't know.
Pineapple.
I don't know, eh?
Right.
Hey.
Hey, I don't know
got-
if I told you, Mike, but I like your shirt.
I picked it out of it was at the bottom of the rack today. I don't know where this, but I was like, wow.
It smelled clean, didn't it?
You should see this. It'll stand up all on its own.
That's what I always do. I'm like, it smells clean. I'm
Yeah.
wearing it.
Fuck yeah. But
Well,
I'll put
we'll
all
make
you
sure-
guys links.
We'll make sure we get you a new one.
Yeah. I
We
always
got a
did do
new
my
Knives Out
Yeah,
T-shirt.
you got need a
new
one.
Knives Out. I did see them. I was like,
We got
wow,
the new
them
Knives
are
Out
kinda
T-shirt. We'll get you one of those, and
Yeah.
we'll get you.
We'll hook you up.
Cool.
We'll send you a fresh pineapple.
We'll send you a.
Ah.
We'll send you a Yoshi package.
Hey, Josie, get back the truck up.
Yeah, right. Hope you got a forklift, bud.
Bombshells here.
Pallet jack.
Yeah, pallet jack at
Yeah.
least.
Right, exactly. But I'll put all you guys' links up tomorrow. All the correct links. AmericanBombshell.net,
Yes.
Facebook pages, YouTube, everything. I'll put it up in a post tomorrow. So everybody here has easy access. Just one click, you're there.
Cool.
Anything else you guys want to say before I hit the play button on Joyride?
Nothing I can think of, but we really appreciate you supporting us, man. This means a
Absolutely.
lot. I
Thank
mean,
you
every
very
little
much.
bit
Yes.
helps.
Fun chat.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Thank
Great
you,
talking
man.
with you.
Yes, Bella, they do have merch. They have a whole merch store. I will put a link up tomorrow that takes you right
Buy
to
it
their
all.
website and right to their merch. Absolutely, they have merch.
Take all
There's some
major
cool
credit
merch.
cards, buy all of our shit.
Buy all the shit.
We even got a tip jar.
It's very reasonable.
I did see that today. I was like, look at that. They even got a tip
Check out
jar.
my
That's
OnlyFans. And check out
credit
check out
card.
our OnlyFans.
Check out our OnlyFans.
Only fan.
It's a
I'm not
page with a
going.
bunch
I don't
of
want to
fans
go
on
there.
It's just a bunch of fans.
Right. Right. I'm not going.
It's
to
our
that one.
OnlyFans.
Right.
So
OnlyFans
we
we have.
posted them.
Only fan.
Yes.
All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about the new album and everything going on. I wish you the best. I know you guys you're hitting on all cylinders right now. You're back, fun's back in the band. I mean, you guys are gelling. You got this. You got this. I mean,
Absolutely.
Well, I can't wait for you to hear the next EP.
Yep.
I can't wait either.
If you like this new one,
You're gonna really
Next
like the
one's
next
gonna
one.
knock you
I
out.
mean,
I really like the next
I'm
one.
gonna say May,
Yeah.
May?
sometime in
Right.
May.
May
You're
22nd is my birthday, so we should have a little
we go.
release
When?
Second.
the 22nd.
May 22nd.
22nd.
May
All right.
22nd.
Oh, 22nd.
22nd.
All month, we'll celebrate it all month.
No,
New-
yeah,
Now we got a
Bombshell.
goal line. We got to make that.
yeah,
happen.
we'll have it done by May 22nd. I have no doubts.
No doubts.
All
You
right.
guys are on top of it. All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Keep it coming, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Right on, man.
Absolutely.
You too. Cheers, too. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you, thank you, everybody, and nobody get pineapple tonight.
Pineapple.
No problem.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Love it. Later, guys.
Later.
Hey, man.
Fun band. I love them guys. They're just fun. It seems like they're having fun again, and the music shows it too. If you listen to that new album, Knives Out, it is such a great 5 or 6 songs, all cool. You'll love them, dig them. I'm gonna leave you with my favorite Bombshell tune. It is off Tattooed and Bruised from 2019. It is a slow song. It is a feels song. It is so good. If you dig it, you're going to dig anything Bombshell. These guys do not release bad music, believe me. So go check them out. I'll post all the links tomorrow. And one click away, you check out their YouTube, Facebooks, website, whatever else I can find to post a link for, it'll be there. Thank you, everybody, for being here and checking out American Bombshell. And y'all have a good night. And here is Joyride, if I can pull it up. I had the comments up, so now Joyride's coming up. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Enjoy Joyride. Peace.
Hey guys, check this out. Check this out. I think we might have something.
No, it's not like it's supposed to be. When it was just you and me, now I'm standing here all alone. Where have all the good times gone? Hanging out, drinking with our friends. Wake up the next day, do it over again. I never thought you would ever leave. It's not like it's supposed to be. When we were ride or die, get drunk and high, I had your back and you had mine. Something sure went wrong along the way. Now it's hard to get through a single day, missing you and all the shit you'd say. Left for dead on the side of the road, still carrying this heavy load. Might as well not even try to get across to the other side. You're living life on some kind of joyride, and I feel like I could die.